Date imprints on a photo. Yes, those things on the bottom of these photos are a statement that I was here at this point in time. I was a part of this society. I witnessed humanity at this point in time. Or this is what humanity looked like at this point in time. It can also be a reminder of important or unimportant events in your life. Your first job, the first day of work, the last day of work, your trip abroad, the first time you're living abroad, your kid growing up, your first love, your soulmate, your wedding day, because date is quite important to a lot of couples and that's why they chose that date. Your aging parents, grandparents. To me, date imprints gives a sense of permanency in a photo. It shows how certain people or places look like at that moment in time. One day, you look back at your own photos and thought, that's how she looked like, he looked like 10 years ago. Or that's what this place looked like back then. And then you may start reminiscing or appreciating things that have changed or not. Sure, it might look amateurish, but I'm not doing any professional work with this kind of film cameras anyway. I have other digital cameras for this purpose. And there are ways to remove the date digitally if you really badly want to. In this video, I'll talk about the possible camera options that shoot with date imprints, what works, what didn't work, and what to avoid. It's a pretty Canon-centric video because this is the system I've been using for many years, but some principles apply generally to any brands. Now, before I even start recommending any cameras, the first thing you need to ask yourself and investigate is, does the date imprint still even work until today, 2026? That's the biggest issue, because a lot of cameras, like this one here, this is an EOS 3. The date imprints actually has stopped in 2019, December 31st. So technically, I mean, I can still use it. It will still print, but it's not gonna display the correct date. That's the issue. Yeah. Now the second issue is that let's suppose that you found a camera which has the date imprint and it's still working to this day, 2026. Now you need to investigate whether it's actually still printing, because some of them they're not visible anymore, and then the only way to find out is, unfortunately, you have to buy the camera and then try it yourself and then see if the date in the corner of your photo is still printing clearly or not. I mentioned that my EOS 3, the date imprint has stopped in 2019, and unfortunately that is correct for many Canon EOS bodies. I'm not sure about other brands, but yeah, the typical date back that looks like that, they stopped in 2019. They thought, Canon thought that people are not gonna use it anymore after 2019. That's why it stopped. I guess that's kind of why. But don't worry, I'm gonna tell you a couple of cameras that I know have a date imprint that's still working today, 2026, and for a few more years, and some of them are forever, and they're still good. They're still printing well. So this is EOS 620. This is the camera that birthed the EOS system. And then this one is made, the funny thing is that this camera was made in 1988 and EOS 3 was made in 2005 or something, I believe. And the date imprint on this one lasts longer than this one, lasts much longer than the EOS 3. The date imprint of Canon EOS 620, the date back looks like that. And it's gonna last until December 31st, 2029. Okay, and then it can display the month like that, and it can also display just the numbers like 2026 and then month and then year. Okay, so that's the first one, EOS 620. And then the second recommendation is this one, It's the Canon EOS Kiss 5. In Japan it's called EOS Kiss 5. I think everywhere else it's 300V. And this is quite neat actually. This is really small camera, really light. It's got, there's two models. There's a 300V and a 300V Date. Okay, and then Canon EOS Kiss 5, all of them comes with dates. And like this one here, like this one right here, yeah. Okay, so the date imprint is integrated in the back of the body like this. Okay, all right, and then this one, it's actually going to last forever, because I can set the date until 2099, and then it will reset to 00 again. It means once if you're still alive in the year 3000 and your film still exists and you're still shooting film, and then you can just go back to 00, and then it's perpetual, it never ends, and then you just keep going. So this is awesome. And I have two of these. Both of them, their date imprint is still strong, still clear, still bright. Yeah, that's some of the photos I'm displaying right now. Okay. And then the next camera I have, which imprints date in the corner, is this Canon Autoboy Luna AF it says. But honestly, I just look up on eBay Canon Autoboy Luna, and then I just find the one that looks like this. Yeah, and then you can see it's the date back is integrated in it. I've shot this camera for a long time, and I don't know how many I have so far. I think this is my third one. And they're as cheap as $50 or something on eBay or in the used market. And it's really neat. It's really neat. I can put captions on the bottom of the photo, and I'll put a list of captions. There are 5 languages, and then each language has 5 captions. It's saying like congratulations, I love you, and things like that. And I'll just put the captions in the caption of my video, and you can just have a look yourself. Yeah, it's a neat little camera. It's really fun, and it's basically just auto only camera, just point and shoot. It has zoom 28 to 70. Looks like that. Yeah, so it has zoom 28 to 70, but I almost never use it. I just use 28 exclusively. And in my previous Autoboy Luna, I think the zoom has stopped working. The zoom has stopped working as well. So so you might find these kind of things when you're shopping for these old cameras, inevitably. Now, obviously, you can turn off the date on this camera. So if you happen to use this camera, obviously you can turn off the date and just take normal photo without dates. That's absolutely possible. You just cycle through the mode until it says off. Yeah, until it says off, or just dash, and then so that means that's it. It's not going to print any dates. Yeah. Now, in a lot of date bags like this one, for example, like let's say you just pop in a battery, and then you're setting the dates, and then the normal way in a date bag like this is that you keep clicking set until you find the correct year, month, and then date. Yeah. What I like about this one here, about my Canon EOS Kiss, and I think this is the best date camera of all time. Yeah, is that I mentioned that it can go to year 2099 or 3099, depending how you view it, right? And so I'm gonna show you you click set, and then you can use the dial here instead of pressing set endlessly for 90 times. You can actually use this, so it's pretty handy. I quite like it. It's actually probably the feature that all date camera needs. So yeah, these are my cameras that do date imprints. I love them. I really love them. I use these two for my wedding pictures, for my wedding day. I use these two cameras. This one is the one I use every day. As you can see, it's loaded with film right now. Yeah, and it's super light, and I can talk about this in another video, but yeah, but it's a pretty great camera, this one. Yeah, and this one, Ken Rockwell, Uncle Kenny, wrote a review of this camera a while ago, a couple of years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and that's when I read about this camera, and I learned quite a lot from his article, and then yeah, that's when I bought it, and then I started using the date imprint and all of that. There have been a couple of new film cameras in the past year, like the Rollei 35 AF and Pentax 17 and all of that, but unfortunately none of them do date imprints, and it seems like it's a feature that nobody cares about, but I care about it so much. I like them, I love them, and I keep shooting with them, especially these two. These two will last until 2029, December 31st. And I will keep shooting them until then, and after that, I don't know, maybe it's just gonna be this little guy here. Yeah, and we'll see about that. Anyway, if you know other cameras, with date imprints from other brands and things like that, yeah, please drop a comment. Let me know. Let me know what camera I should try that do date imprints.